Right, so today we're talking about another member of the Wyatt family, Erick Rowan. Once I do this video and Braun Strowman, then I'll do, I don't know whether I did an in-depth one of the Wyatt family or not, but if I haven't, I will. If I have, then I will not do one on the Wyatt family after I've done one on Erick Rowan and Braun Strowman. So today we're just getting into Erick Rowan, and then the next one I do when I can will be Braun Strowman, and then if I haven't already done it, the Wyatt family. And I'm just going to go into an overview of him. So Jarvis Rudd, better known as the ring name Erick Rowan, is an American professional wrestler. He is best known for his 10 years in WWE from 2011 to 2020, again from 2024 to 2026. Now, he had previously wrestled in Japan, where he trained and performed for Pro Wrestling Noah. Rudd signed a contract with WWE in 2011, and he was sent to Mentor territory, Florida Championship Wrestling, before debuting on NXT in 2012 as a member of the Wyatt family. And he went on to become one-time NXT champion with Luke Harper and two-time SmackDown champion, once with Harper and once with Daniel Bryan. He was released from WWE in 2020 and then returned to the independent circuit under the ring name Eric Redbeard, and appeared in All Elite Wrestling also under that name. He returned to WWE in 2024 as a member of the Wyatt Six, and then released again in April 2026. Now in his early life, he was born in Minneapolis. I can't speak today. Minneapolis, so we're just going to go with that. Minnesota on November 28th, 1981. He grew up in Montrose, Minnesota. Rudd is of predominantly Norwegian descent, and ancestors having immigrated to the United States from Nanestad, Norway. He has some German ancestry. In high school, he was a singer and played football, and after graduating, he attended the University of Minnesota Morris, where he continued to play football. Now we're going to get into his professional wrestling career. Now, in his professional wrestling career, he was on the independent circuit from 2003 to 2011. So Ron began his professional career after training with Ed Sharkey in 2003. He debuted the ring name Thorpe Morris, competing in various promotions throughout the Midwest until 2007. He was invited to go to Pro Wrestling Noah dojo in Japan to live, train and wrestle. During this time, he would compete in both tag team and single matches. The following his tour in Japan, Rudd returned to the United States in 2008 and began competing in a Minnesota-based First Wrestling promotion, albeit without much success. Upon joining the promotion, he began feuding with Big Brody Hoover, the pair exchanging wins in several events. So now we're going to get into his WWE career, starting in FCW. Now, Florida Championship Wrestling in February 2011, Rudd signed to a developmental contract with WWE and was assigned to basically went to FCW. If I can actually talk today, it would be wonderful. Under the ring name Erick Rowan, he made his FCW TV debut in August 2011 with a win over Kenneth Cameron, while being accompanied by Byron Saxton and James Bronson to retire in Saxton's feud with Titus O'Neil. Rowan and Bronson lost to Theo O'Neil and Leakey in the tag team. Although Rowan continued to compete in both singles and tag team matches with Bronson, he was not involved in any further feuds and did not challenge for any titles on FCW TV. So after FCW, he was rebranded to NXT Wrestling. Rowan made his debut in December 12, 2012 episode of NXT as a follower of Bray Wyatt, who introduced Rowan as his second son as a member of the Wyatt family. Rowan formed a tag team with Wyatt's first son, Luke Harper, and they defeated Percy Watson and Yoshitatsu on an episode of NXT. Harper and Rowan again defeated Watson and Tatsu in an open round of NXT Tag Team Championship tournament, following the win over Bo Dallas and Michael McGillicuddy in the semi-finals after Wyatt's interference. Harper and Rowan were defeated in the finals by Adrian Neville and Oliver Gray. Harper and Rowan won the triple threat elimination tag match by last pinning Adrian Neville. Harper and Rowan defeated Adrian Neville and Bo Dallas to win the NXT Tag Team Championship, Rowan's first professional wrestling championship. Harper and Rowan successfully retained their championship against Corey Graves and Cassius Ohno. The Wyatt family defeated the team of Neville, Graves and Ohno. Harper and Rowan lost the NXT championships to Neville and Graves. WWE aired vignettes promoting the upcoming main roster debut of the Wyatt family. The vignette showed the Wyatt family's backwards origin and Rowan wearing a sheet mask. The Wyatt family made their debut assaulting Kane. Rowan made his WWE in-ring debut on an episode of SmackDown where he was teaming up with Harper to defeat Tons of Funk in a tag team match. Over the next few months, Rowan and Harper competed as a tag team and went on a winning streak over other teams until Cody Rhodes and Goldust handed them their first loss. In early 2014, Rowan took part in the Wyatt family's feud. Sorry, I've got something in my eye. Where was I? There's something in my eye and it's don't know where it's already gone. So Rowan took part in the Wyatt family feud with the Shield, while he was also supporting Bray Wyatt in a feud against John Cena. While Cena and Wyatt's feud continued, Rowan and Harper started a feud with the Usos, unsuccessfully challenged for the Tag Team Championship at Money in the Bank and Battleground. So beginning in September 29th, vignettes are showing that Rowan and Harper being set free by Wyatt, marking the dissolution of the Wyatt family and transitioning members into single competition. Rowan had a brief feud with the Authority when he joined Team Cena at Survivor Series after his former Wyatt family partner Luke Harper had joined the Authority, turning face in the process. At Survivor Series, Rowan scored no eliminations and was himself eliminated by Harper with the assistance of Seth Rollins. Team Cena later won the match afterwards. Rowan started a feud with the Big Show, the member who had betrayed the rest of Team Cena at the event. At TLC, Rowan was defeated by Big Show in a stairs match. On an episode of Raw, Rowan along with Dolph Ziggler and Ryback were kayfabe fired by the Authority for being part of Team Cena. Rowan, Ziggler and Ryback were rehired after Cena won a 3-on-1 handicap match against Seth Rollins. Big Show and Kane following assistance from Sting. Rowan lost to Luke Harper in a qualifying match for the Royal Rumble. Despite this, Rowan appeared in the Royal Rumble match and attacked number 6 entrant Curtis Axel before Axel could make his entrance to the ring, sparking a brief the Wyatt family reunion with Harper and Wyatt before all three men brawled. At Fastlane, Rowan teaming up with Ziggler and Ryback in a 6-man tag match against Seth Rollins, Big Show and Kane, which they lost. Rowan participated in the second annual Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal at WrestleMania 31, but was eliminated by Big Show. In May of 2015, Rowan reunited with former tag team partner Luke Harper after attacking Harper's opponent Fandango, turning heel once again. In late June, Rowan suffered a torn bicep, not tricep, wrong one there, leaving him out of action. Rowan returned on an episode of Raw as a member of the Wyatt family once again against Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins, which his team won by disqualification after Ambrose attacked the Wyatt family member Braun Strowman with the kendo stick. Rowan took part in the Wyatt family feuds with the Brothers Destruction after they kidnapped The Undertaker at Hell in a Cell and Kane on the October 26th episode of Raw. At TLC, the Wyatt family defeated the ECW Originals in an 8-man tag elimination tables match, with Rowan being the only Wyatt member eliminated from the match. Rowan would go on to compete in the Royal Rumble match with fellow the Wyatt family members and eliminated by Brock Lesnar, but he would later return to the ring along with members to eliminate Lesnar. Rowan competed in his first ever WrestleMania singles match at WrestleMania 32 against The Rock. When the latter confronted the Wyatt family, Rowan was defeated by The Rock in 6 seconds, breaking the record for the quickest WrestleMania match of all time. After the match, the Wyatt family attempted to attack The Rock. A returned John Cena came to his aid. The next night on Raw, the Wyatt family attacked the League of Nations, starting a feud with the heel faction. Rowan and Strowman were set to compete in the match at Payback, but Wyatt suffered a calf injury, as well as Harper, who dislocated his patella, I think that is, and tore his medial, I'm really bad at words, patellofemoral ligament in late March. If I said that wrong, don't judge me. I can't even speak English very well. It's my first language. So the Wyatt family, these injuries resulted in suspension of the feud between the Wyatt family and the League of Nations. The Wyatt family minus Harper returned, subsequently getting into a new feud with the New Day, who then talked to Wyatt during his return speech. The feud culminated at Battleground, where the Wyatt family defeated the New Day. And on the 2016 draft, Rowan was drafted to SmackDown brand along with Wyatt, while Braun Strowman was drafted to Raw. While Rowan kept wrestling with Wyatt, in October, Rowan underwent surgery to repair his torn rotator cuff and would be out of action for 8 months. He made his return on an April 4th episode of SmackDown Live, and on April 10th, the Wyatt family disbanded again when Wyatt moved to Raw brand as part of the Superstar Shake-Up. The short rivalry between Rowan and Harper was ended at Backlash, where Harper defeated Rowan. So on October 10th episode of SmackDown Live, Rowan returned to television in a vignette where he was once again aligned with Luke Harper. The duo were dubbed the Bludgeon Brothers, where he had his ring name shortened to Rowan. The team wrestled their return match, defeating the Hype Bros at Clash of Champions pay-per-view event. The Bludgeon Brothers defeated Breezango in a squash match. On March 11th of 2018, the Bludgeon Brothers made their appearance at Fastlane, interfering in the SmackDown Tag Team Championship match between the Usos and the New Day. The team won the Tag Team Championships at WrestleMania 34 from the Usos. A match also involving the New Day. This marked Rowan's first main roster championship win. They would go on successfully to defend the titles against the Usos at the Great Royal Rumble event, against Luke Gallows at Money in the Bank, Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson at Money in the Bank, against Team Hell No at Extreme Rules. The Bludgeon Brothers lost by disqualification championship defence against the New Day at SummerSlam, resulting in them retaining the titles. 2 nights later, the New Day defeated the Bludgeon Brothers in a no disqualification match to win the championships, ending a reign of 135 days. The following day, it was announced that Rowan had suffered a torn right bicep and had surgery day that week. Rowan returns from injury at the Royal Rumble pay-per-view, interfering on behalf of Daniel Bryan to help him retain the WWE Championship against AJ Styles. This formed an alliance with Bryan. Rowan competed in this first match since August 2018, teaming with Bryan in a losing effort to Kofi Kingston and Kevin Owens. Rowan and Bryan defeated the Usos for the vacant SmackDown Tag Team Championships, beginning their first reign as a team, and Rowan's second individually. At Money in the Bank, Rowan and Bryan defeated the Usos in a non-title match. The following month, at Extreme Rules, Rowan and Bryan lost the championship to the New Day in a triple threat match involving Heavy Machinery, ended the reign at 68 days. In August, Rowan and Bryan became involved in a storyline with Roman Reigns, as Reigns was being targeted for attacks by a mystery conspirator. Reigns suspected Rowan as his attacker due to testimony from Buddy Murphy, as well as seemingly incriminating video footage, but Bryan instead revealed the attacker was merely a man who resembled Rowan. However, Rowan turned on Bryan, revealed that he was the attacker the entire time, ending the alliance between the two. During this time, he had reverted back to Erick Rowan. Rowan would then face Reigns in no disqualification match at Clash of Champions, which he won after interference from Luke Harper, who was returning. The feud concluded at Hell in a Cell when Reigns and Bryan defeated Rowan and Harper in a tornado tag match. Rowan was drafted to Raw, disbanded the team with Luke Harper, who remained on SmackDown. Starting in November, he would revert to his previous ring name, Erick Rowan, and became coming to the ring carrying a cage and hitting cloth over it. As he would splash various local competitors, squash various local competitors, and Rowan would be shown in very protective and affectionate to the creature in the cage, destroying whoever tried to take a look inside. Despite this, the creature would bite Rowan multiple occasions, which would force him to take the pain out on his opponents. At the Royal Rumble, Rowan entered the Royal Rumble match at number 3 and quickly eliminated by Brock Lesnar. On an episode of Raw, backstage segment No Way Jose, Rowan revealed that the mystery creature inside the cage was a large spider. The next week on Raw, Rowan competed in his final match against Drew McIntyre, with midway through the bout, McIntyre crushed the cage with steel steps. Rowan was released from WWE contract along with the several superstars, result budget cuts in the response to COVID-19 pandemic, ended his 9-year tenure with the company. Now, the following his release, Wood began taking bookings under the ring name Erick Redbeard. It was announced that he would be competing for United Wrestling Network World Title tournaments. He would make his debut, losing to Fred Rosa in the first round of the tournament by disqualification. Then he goes to All Elite Wrestling following the death of his former tag team partner John Huber, who performed as Luke Harper, or better known as Brody Lee at the time. On December 26, 2020, Rudd appeared on the Memorial AEW Dynamite episode, Brody Lee's Celebration of Life, where he protected Dark Order members from being attacked by Wardlow during the 6-man tag match. After the match, he embraced the Dark Order and cried, held up a sign that read, "Goodbye for now, my brother, see you down the road." Redbeard returned to AEW on an episode of AEW Rampage and aligned himself with Death Triangle. The trio would team against the House of Black at Revolution's buy-in pre-show event. The match would end with Redbeard getting pinned by Black, and then he returns to WWE, which we'll get into now. On August 25th, 2023, Rudd, as Erick Rowan, made his brief return to start a segment of SmackDown, which was a segment dedicated to his late friend Bray Wyatt, who died due to a heart attack the day before. It was reported that he had signed a contract with WWE and would be returning to the company. Rudd made his return, reprising the Erick Rowan character as part of the new stable under the leadership of Uncle Howdy, who was portrayed by Bo Dallas, Wyatt's real-life brother, called the Wyatt Six. He would sport a rabbit mask resembling Ramblin' Rabbit from Bray Wyatt's Firefly Funhouse. On an edition of Smack Raw, Rowan was unmasked in the vignette, and where he was interviewed by Howdy, mourning his losses of his original Wyatt family teammates Bray Wyatt and Luke Harper. Rowan would make his in-ring return alongside fellow Y6 stablemates Dexter Lumis and Joe Gacy to face American Made in a winning effort. The Y6 defeated American Made in a street fight, ending their feud. The Y6 next feud was The Miz and the Final Testament, each facing each other where on an episode of Raw where the Six suffered the first loss as a stable in an 8-man tag match. The stable was drafted to SmackDown brand but didn't appear on television due to injury to Uncle Howdy. The stable returned to television, attacking Street Profits and Vacuum and DIY. Robin and the rest of the Wyatt Six were released by WWE. Which I'll get into my opinions later after we go into his personal life. So since 2019, Rudd has been married to his wife Leah. He has one child from a previous marriage. In his spare time, Rudd plays guitar and writes songs. Rudd is a fan of heavy metal music and its subgenres, particularly death metal. Some of his favourite bands include Amon Amarth, Koropicalani, Children of Bodom and Cannibal Corpse. He is known as a fan of horror movies. He also in 2010 appeared in Series 1 Norwegian-based reality show Alt for Norge, where he competed in challenges related to Norwegian history and culture, competing to win a reunion with their distant Norwegian relatives. Rudd made his movie debut in 2021 in the independent film Ghost of Ozarks, where he played William. Rudd has also made multiple appearances in music videos for the band Amon Amarth. So I think Erick Rowan, given chance, if he was a bit like, for what I remember watching him, he was a bit like quiet guy. I think he should have had very much similar things to what, what's the name of them? There was a team that had Paul Ellering, not the Road Warriors. Akam and Razor's one, I forgot what they're called, but a bit like them, they had a manager when he was with Luke Harper, and he probably would have gone better. I do think that the Wyatt Six would have been a lot better off if they were allowed to continue and given proper storylines. especially after the death of Bray Wyatt, they probably would have done a lot. Obviously, with his size, he could be like Braun Strowman, if given the chance, but less muscular. Obviously, now without Bray Wyatt or Luke Harper, I think he could do a lot of work with Braun Strowman or Bo Dallas, in some kind of way relating it to the Wyatts. I think, yeah. So, but yeah, tell me what you think of Erick Rowan and what you think he should be doing now, or what you think he should have happened in his career.